Do you feel jealous when your partner goes out without you, even if it's with friends who are of the same gender? Like your boyfriend's going out with his guy friends, your girlfriend is going out with her girlfriends. Do you still feel jealous? Don't worry, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about on today's episode. A very long time back, I was having a conversation with a friend, and during the conversation, she brought this up. She talked about how she feels jealous when her boyfriend goes out, even with his male friends. And instead of judging her, because obviously, who judges people when they're sharing their vulnerable thoughts? I was really intrigued and I thought it was really interesting that people feel this way. And then sometime back I made a reel about it, and so many people related to that. So many people said that they genuinely thought they were the only ones and they felt like it was a them problem. And of course, as it is in the internet, there were a lot of people in the comments who were saying things like, oh my god, that's so toxic, and whatever. See, the point here is that just because something is toxic or could be toxic to a certain person doesn't mean that it does not exist. If someone is feeling a certain way, you cannot tell them, oh, that's so toxic. Just shut up, keep these feelings inside you, just change the way you think. This feeling comes because of a certain trigger or because of a certain reason, and it's way better to address that reason before just shutting down the feeling. I never said, oh, you feel jealous when your partner goes out without you, chain them. Put them in your basement. Put them in handcuffs. Lock them up. Never said that. All I said was if you feel this way, one, you're not alone. And second, talk about it. And that's exactly what we're doing on this episode as well. Because as I've always mentioned, this is a podcast where we talk about such things and it's a safe space for everybody. And of course, I do have to mention again that I am no expert. I never claim to be. I am just here like a friend of yours on the other side of the screen talking about something that you would talk to your closest friends about. And that's exactly what we're doing on today's episode. Hi guys, my name is Oshin. Welcome to Overthinking This. This is a podcast where all of us overthinkers, we come together and we talk about things that only overthinkers think about. So if you haven't yet, join the communities, follow the podcast on Spotify, on YouTube, follow the Instagram pages for all the content, join the community. Hopefully some or the other content piece from this podcast will resonate with you, will help you. So stay tuned. Today's topic is a very tricky one. It's about feeling jealous when your partner goes out without you. And I think instead of just talking about solutions as to what you should do if you feel this way, or what you should do if your partner feels this way, I think let's talk about the reasons why it could happen. Because trust me, it's a very subjective situation. If there's 10 people watching this right now, all 10 of you could feel this way, but for very different reasons. So let's talk about what could be the possible reasons, and maybe that way you'll figure out what's the best solutions for you or your partner. The first reason is quite an obvious one. It could be trust issues. Maybe in a past relationship or in this relationship in the past, something occurred where your partner went out without you. Something happened behind your back that you didn't like. Maybe you were kept in the dark, you felt. Maybe they lied to you. So now such situations become tricky for you because you fear that something like that will repeat again. Maybe it happened to a friend of yours or someone that you know, but trust issues could be one reason. Now, trust issues in itself is a very big topic, but I think if it's in this context, some things that can make your situation a little simple is one, maybe some updates in between. If you're out for 3 hours with your friends, maybe you could here and there give your partner a few updates, maybe tell them what you're up to, have the channel of communication open. Don't cut communication completely when you're out without your partner. Have that conversation where it's okay for them to call you anytime, and you would also love to call them in between because you haven't forgotten about their existence. A lot of times it's also you did not text me for 3 hours when you were out with your friend. Have you forgotten about my existence? So you can just curb all of that if you don't close the channel of communication during those hours. And maybe before you go out, you tell your partner what you're going to be doing and stuff like that. Or maybe after your hangout, you could give your partner a little debrief of what you did. Now see, when I say this, there are going to be some people who'll say things like, oh, what am I to tell someone everything? Can I not live my life? This and that. Firstly, I don't even know why you're watching this. But my point being, there's two different perspectives to it. Either you can be I'll have to tell my partner what I was up to and share the details of my day with them and just show them pictures of where I was. Or it could be like, I would love to tell my partner what happened throughout the day. Like I would love to share the details of my day with my partner. I would love to, if I'm out and I see like the sky is a very pretty color today, I would take a picture and show it to my partner. So if I'm out with my partner for 3 hours, be it for an event or anything, and there's interesting things going around, why would I not tell my partner about it? Like, aren't you sharing details of your day with your partners? Do we not have a best friend kind of equation going on with partners? Because not just my partner, like even with my best friend, like if I go out somewhere and something interesting happens, or like something mundane also happens, I love telling my best friend about it. And if you have that sort of a friend equation with your partner, you would do the same to your partner. So it's just about how you look at it. Like if you think of it as a restriction and you think you're being forced to do it, then obviously you will never do it with utmost heart. But if you do it just because you want to do it, then it really flips the script. Second is FOMO, that fear of like, you're gonna have fun without me, like something's gonna happen in your life that I won't be aware of, that I won't know of. And of course, like updates, telling them what's gonna happen, giving them a little debrief of what happened during that hangout time could help. But also, I feel like if you're going to be doing something interesting without your partner, either spend some special time with your partner before that event or that hangout, or do it after that hangout, not as a bribe, not as a compulsion, just so that your partner doesn't feel like you don't make them feel special. Like you could do something to make them feel special, like just hang out with them so that they don't feel like they're being left out of your life. Like for a lot of overthinkers, I think it's at the core of it, it's not even about the experience. Like it's not, oh, you're doing that fun thing without me. Like they will like just sit with you on a bench in a park for hours and they will have fun. But it's more about like, you don't want to have fun with me. So maybe just like giving them a special time before and after. For a lot of overthinkers, this could also get complicated if you don't have friends. And my advice to you will not be like, oh, then go ahead and make friends. Like, that's up to you. If you think having friends will help, then do that. Having a hobby of your own that you can do when your partner is out without you could help, then great. You should do that. If you think, yeah, take care, like for these 3 hours, my partner is going to be away, I'll go to a dance class or something. Like, that could be your solution. But sometimes I think partners also get jealous. It's because I don't have any friends and you're my best friend, but like everybody else is your best friend. Obviously, like the solution to this is also not that you ask them to leave their friends. It's just that it's okay to admit to it. Like it's okay to at least tell yourself that that's the reason why it's happening. And I think initially when you get into a relationship, like this might be a tricky part and you might not figure it out completely. But if you've been in a relationship once and if you're like getting into another relationship, by this point you've probably figured out how it works for you. Like say if you're someone who likes to party, likes to hang out, likes to go out, and you love being around people who do the same, then ideally you should look for partners. I mean, ideally, you would feel attracted towards people who feel the same way. And if you're an introvert, if you just like hanging out with a certain amount of people, then eventually you'll also end up with similar people. The next time you're sort of getting into the whole dating thing, this is something that you can talk about with your partner beforehand. You know, sometimes it's also like maybe you don't have a lot of friends, okay? So you just hang out with your partner and that's how you like it. Anytime you have something, you have an event, you have a function or a party to attend to, you always take your partner along. Or even if it's for like a doctor's appointment, for a grocery run, or you want to buy something new, you always take your partner along because that's what you like. Maybe your partner does not do the same thing. And sometimes it can be a very like, I do this, why don't you do this? Like, don't you feel like hanging out with me kind of a situation? And I understand the trickiness of it. But at the same time, see, if that is what you like, if you like to have company when you're going out and about, then do it. Sometimes people out of revenge are like, fine, I will also not ask you to come along. And perhaps the other person might not even feel offended about it. So like, just know that sometimes these revenge tactics don't work. But like, see, if you like it, if you like having their company, and if they willingly join you, then be it. But if someone's not asking you to come along, and trust me, it stands for everybody. Like, have that conversation. People talk about like playing smart and playing these manipulation tactics and stuff like that in relationships, but I do think that the best thing to do, especially when you are an overthinker and especially when you're dating an overthinker, is to just like say things as they are. So have that conversation with your partner. Like tell them, like, I just feel like I feel left out when you do that. I just feel weird that I asked you to come along, but you never asked me to come along. But like, please don't beg them to go. Don't do that. Your partner, your best friend, your colleague, I don't care. Like, it could be anyone. Never ask, oh, can I also come? Should I also come? If they're not asking you to join, don't. I'm pretty sure you are not missing out on anything, by the way. It is amazing to be around you. It's you add to experiences. You make things fun and enjoyable for everyone. So if someone doesn't want to hang out with you, how is it your loss? I'm pretty sure you have a lot of things to do of your own. Don't you have that book to finish? Don't you have that content piece to shoot? Don't you have like that series to finish? Don't you have like 100 chores of yours? Why are you so bothered that XYZ didn't ask you out to like hang out or whatever? Like, again, I'm saying always have that conversation if that's how you're feeling, but some days you also have to draw your own boundaries. But begging someone to be included in plans, absolute no. The most important thing here, guys, is to be aware of what's happening. A lot of times people don't even realize that this is the reason why fights happen in a relationship. Like, the moment your partner makes a plan to go out or to go on a trip or to go hang out with the boys or the girls, and you start getting annoyed and then like fights occur out of nowhere, this possibly could be the reason. And it's so much better to be aware of that than to fight for no reason and then just like go in that circle over and over again. Another reason why fights could occur, especially during this period, is when it's like, oh, this was our thing and you're gonna go do it with someone else. Like, we always watch movies together. If you're gonna watch that movie with that person, who's gonna watch this movie with me? The point here is that once you get into a relationship, this whole shared world occurs where now you start sharing things. Like, this is our thing, our hobby, our activity. And as partners, I think you could perhaps decide on some things to be just yours, because I think it's a very natural occurrence in a relationship where like, and it's also really sweet, like our chai spot, even though that's like, that could be for 1,000 couples, but it's still your chai spot, or like our ideal date spot and things like those. So maybe you could keep those things exclusive to your relationship. Having said that, I will also give you like a flip side perspective. That attachment can also be very risky, guys. Just saying. So be very careful of like, if you think that tomorrow you will not be able to participate or partake in this shared world sort of a situation, then don't put too much expectations on a certain activity or a certain thing that you do. And even with like future ambitions, obviously everybody as an individual person has dreams and ambitions. Dream place to go to, dream film to watch, dream vacation, all of that. Then you get into a relationship, the relationship is going really great, and suddenly these individual ambitions become couple ambitions. That's my dream place and I've always wanted to go there, but now I want to go with you and now we'll go together. Then, God forbid, if it happens so, maybe you are no longer with that person and suddenly that ambition loses meaning for you because you always wanted to do it with them. And now that they're not there, you feel like there's no reason to do it anymore. Or maybe it did not have as much meaning for them as it had for you. So as much as it is, again, I think it's very natural for that to happen in relationships because we all love feeling special. Like how special it is when your partner is sharing their dreams and ambitions with you and including you in those plans. And after that, when someone doesn't care about that specialness, it could really ruin things for you. So on the flip side, the other perspective of it, if that works for you, again, like take what works for you. If you think not attaching too much meaning to things, to activities, could be your way out, could be your way of feeling easier in these situations, then be it. Something close to this is first times. See, on the internet, every 2 months an activity trends. Sometimes it's pickleball, sometimes it's pottery, who knows what next. And naturally you assume that, oh, like there's this new like cafe in town, we'll go together. Like we'll go together and whatever. And if someone is doing something for the first time with someone else, it might seem a little hurtful to you because because you'd want to experience something for the first time with your partner. So if you're someone who cherishes like first time experiences, tell your partner about it, have a conversation about it, and maybe you could choose on like trying out new things for the first time with each other. Sometimes you might also have questions like, am I not fun to be around? Like, am I not needed? Am I not good enough? One, have a conversation about it. Second, feel it, accept it. It's okay, it's a natural human emotion. Talk to your partner about it. Maybe you're just thinking about it in your head. And if need be, my third resolution here is screw it, man. Fine. You think I'm not interesting enough to hang out with? Fine. Don't hang out with me. Go hang out with other people. Who cares? Because I know that it's really fun to hang out with me. Because I know what I bring to the table. I know what my energy is. And if someone doesn't want it, then be it. I know all these three resolutions that I've given to you are very different, but trust me, all three of them can exist at the same time. You can be vulnerable as well as have strong boundaries at the same time. So, one, you need to be accepting and you need to realize that this is something that's happening to me. This is some way I feel. Second, be vulnerable, talk about it, but don't let it affect your self-esteem. Let it be if someone doesn't want to hang out with you. I don't think it's your loss. Trust me, I don't think it's your loss. Also, another deeper reasons to this could be either your attachment style is anxious attachment style, or that you've had experiences in your past or in your childhood specifically where you felt ignored or left out or something like that, and those things could also make you feel this way. If you ever feel like it, some shadow work therapy could really help you understand if this is coming from abandonment issues or not. Those were some of my reasons. If you have any more, tell me in the comments, tell me in DMs. If you agree with these things, great, like let me know. If you don't, you can tell me about that as well. I love reading your reviews of the episodes, guys. Please keep DMing me. I love reading them. I love reading your messages. They truly make my day. If you like this episode, give it 5 stars, follow, comment, do all of that stuff. You know the drill by now. Also, we do answer questions every podcast episode, so we're gonna do exactly that now. If you guys also have any questions, you can DM them to me. I usually try to discuss them in podcast episodes in hopes that it will also help other people. So one of the questions was about this guy dating a girl and they had a long distance relationship. Now during the long distance relationship, this girl, she got really close to someone in her class or something, and I'm sorry if I'm not getting the details right. I also don't want to get the details right. I think the more discreet we can be, the better. And then they got really close as friends, but throughout like her friendship with that guy, she never brought up the fact that she is in a relationship. And then sometime later, that guy asked her out, and obviously, like when this guy figured it out, he asked his girlfriend to maintain distance from this person, to which the girlfriend did not react well. She did not want to create distance. She was like, he's just a friend of mine. And the guy's perspective was like, why do you want to stay close to someone who has feelings for you? Then out of like anger, this guy says like, let's break up, whatever. They split. And then this guy's regretting his decision later. However, this girl is now in a relationship with that guy, like within a month. And the guy says, is it my fault? Did I ruin it? Was I wrong? Let's debrief. Not telling people around, not telling your friends that you are in a relationship, to me is a little bit sketchy, because how is that possible? Like when you become friends with someone, you get close to someone, you're bound to have conversations about your life. Like you're bound to have conversations about like what were you doing, what's up, things like those. And कहीं ना कहीं तो आपकी partner की बात आ ही जाती है. Or obviously, like when you become friends with someone and they're planning on asking you out, they will always make sure if you're in a relationship or not, and they'll always ask if you're in a relationship or not. And purposefully hiding from someone that you are in a relationship is not a good sign. I'm not saying that this is what she was doing, but it sort of gives like that maybe they wanted the other person to ask them out or to think and assume that they're single. Second red flag that I noted here was not wanting to create distance and like creating a fight when you ask them to create distance. I know that's not realistic to cut someone off completely. And it's not a crime to ask someone out. Like that guy thought she was single and then asked her out. So I don't think he did anything wrong. But of course, you would want them to keep a little distance. It's very natural. And the fact that she got into a relationship with that guy within a month and did not try to mend things with you was a sign. I think you saved yourself. I don't think you made a mistake. I don't think it's your fault. Maybe this was how it was meant to be and you just got an easy out. So I genuinely don't think like that you should be blaming yourself for this because you did nothing wrong. You never went out and lied to people that you're not in a relationship. There will be this process of moving on, but in it, I don't think you should ever think about the fact that it was your fault because it wasn't. There was this another DM where this guy is talking about how he was talking to this girl and she was really nice and they were having a very good time. And then he made a little mistake, like initially conversation mein miscommunication ho gaya, kuch ho gaya. And then she got really angry. And then this guy told her, ki, listen, I think you are not in a good mood right now. Calm down and then come back and we'll talk. And he was like, I'm really scared. Is she going to come back or not? Like, I think she's going to come back, but what do you think what I should do? Why are you guys doing this? If you like her and you messed up, what is this calm down and come? Why will she come back? You are supposed to take accountability, make it up and mend things. You're waiting around for her to come back and be like, okay, now I'm not angry. Tell me what's up. You messed up, right? You made a mistake. You have to make it up. Text her, call her, tell her I'm sorry, I take accountability, let's mend things, how can we fix this? You are waiting for her to calm down and come back. She's never calming down like that, dude. I'm sorry if that came out aggressive. I didn't mean to be. I just wanted you to like text her as quickly as possible before it's too late. Well, that's it for the questions for today. If you have any more, please leave them in my DMs and my comments. Thank you so much for listening, watching. Thank you for giving this podcast time. I'll see you super soon. Chalo. Bye.
You're listening to Overthinking This by Oshin.